Hello and welcome to the Gay and Straight Talk podcast. I'm Jonathan,
I'm Paul.
and today we are dissecting another delicious conundrum that's been sent in. Um, children and parents.
Children and parents. What
I
about
know.
what about children? I'm not a
Oh,
big fan of them.
no.
I mean, they're all right when I don't know where they are and when they don't exist in my universe.
I, I don't think I was ever really that kiddie, like a feral child, really.
I was a good kid.
I was respectful. I did talk a lot and talk back, but not in a aggressive, sweary type of
Mm.
way. But it, I think it's the bad parenting because I was brought up by grandparents, which were an older generation. Um, so I was rather than spoken to, no, no, Johnny, don't do that. No, stop crayoning on the walls. No, that's very naughty. It was like there was no like physical violence or anything like that. It was just like, no, you don't do that. And it's just like, okay, we don't do that. And there was right and wrong, but you go out and you go to a little cafe and you have these yummy mummies with these like children that are literally having a meltdown and go, oh no, darling, don't do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. That sort of
And
stuff.
I say, sorry, you're in a cramped cafe. Everyone's trying to enjoy their smashed avocado and Americano with hot milk. And your feral child is not shutting up. And you
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
no, darling, no. No, rather than that, if you had a dog barking, you take it out.
Oh no, I've got a neighbour at the back, and I've had to get in touch with
RSPCA.
the grounds owners, and then my next step is the council because another neighbour's been in touch with the council. They just let them out, and they bark for a good hour, and they do it 3 times a day. Second they're outside, bark, 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 bark. I don't know if they're deaf, but it sends me up the wall,
Yeah.
and I don't have the decorum to knock on a house and go, "Excuse me, would you mind retrieving your animal?" I go nuts. I go absolutely nuts, and I can't do that because I'm aware of how I look.
Have you not got like a sort of a WhatsApp group for the community?
Probably, but I won't be in that.
I have
I don't even know my neighbours' names. I know he's called John. I don't know their names.
All right. Well, so we've got. I'm actually apparently the editor of it. Someone set it up and then made me an editor, and then came away from it. It was like, "Ooh, okay.
So it's
So
yours now.
it's. I was with our little development. We've got like 300 people that are members of it. Um,
Blimey.
so if anyone's parked obtusely or stupidly or near the corner or
Whose is
something,
that car?
someone had this like this like kid wagon, like these like mini buses. So they've obviously had too many children, and parked it stupidly. And someone put a picture of it, and then she said, "Oh, I was having a mental health day." Or she messaged me, "So can you take that down?" I'm thinking, "No, I'm not taking it down."
Own your mistake.
Because yeah, I say I was having a
What
bad
did you
day,
do?
and it's the people are berating me for parking it. Well, you parked it there. It was clearly space further down the road, but you parked it right on a corner. Which, in fairness, I read the highway code very long time ago, but you're not meant to park right. So the corner is halfway along your car.
Mm,
Um,
I think it's about
so
36
uh,
feet, I
so
think
I,
it is.
I didn't even bother responding to her.
No.
No, I'm leaving that up there.
Ah,
But it's the general that their children. That's maybe if their kids are making so much, creating so much noise in their own house, they don't
well, there's a
understand.
there's a woman and a man with spawns of Satan that live in the house sort of across the way. 6:30 every morning, she gives them yard time because they come outside and 6:30 in the morning. And I think
Oh,
this is gonna get, because like I say, the problem is nobody is amicable. That's what I've learned in life. Like if everybody lives in this world like it's just for them. So then when they're doing their life and it irritates someone else and you approach them, they are either sarcastic or defensive. They don't own it and go, "Oh yeah, too bad, get over it," or "Oh, I'm so sorry, it's just they're going mad in the house, and we've just got to burn off a bit of energy with them." They just go, "Ugh," and shut a door in your face or say something sarcastic,
Well, with those, in fairness,
and I lose it. I
there's
can't.
that in our development, I've been very tempted. Rob stopped me to actually write to social services because I'm just saying I'm very worried and concerned about these children. There's a little boy and a little girl, and I think they're being locked out in the garden very early in the morning.
Yeah, and the sun was beaming down. They're
And
making all
so
sorts of
I'm
noise.
just very concerned that they're crying and yelling. And in fairness, we've got a couple of these feral things. There's another person that lives on our development. I call him Fat Oasis. He used to come into the pub.
Oh no, he is. He
Uh,
lent me an aerial once.
Um, and he's got two children. He's got a little girl and a little boy, and he keeps saying, "Oh, they're autistic." The little girl is super engaging and very very sort of like it's like very intelligent and just needs to be occupied. And I think it must be about 8. The little boy is just he's like those children cars which you pull back and he goes,
Yeah.
but with a toy car it runs out. With this boy, he just is constantly duh, duh, duh. And they came into the pub and I had to say, no, children should be sat down. Oh, they're autistic.
So
No, but this is manners.
autism is simply
So
a processing difference. It doesn't mean that
yeah,
you let
so
them
you teach them to
misbehave.
manners, or alternatively, you can choose to go somewhere else.
Can always do that. Yeah.
And it's like because they were literally running around the pub, and we literally had to put signs up in the pub. So children are to be seated with adults at all time.
Yeah, see, this is it. It's this. Like I've been in the doctor's surgery, and there's been a kid running around and screaming, and the parent hasn't had the wherewithal to go. Someone could be here for terrible news or going through something quite horrific. Maybe I'll have a bit of decorum. Yeah, my kid might be busy, but I'll take it to the park and wear it out before we come somewhere like this. You get it in supermarkets where they're just screaming, and you get it in there like in restaurants, like you say before, and they're always. It's not cheap to go out now.
No,
So you go out and you just want to have a nice, relaxing. Somebody else is going to make my food and wash my dishes,
yeah,
and you just want to chill. And then these kids screaming.
I think it's the bad parenting, and
It's only bad parenting because a kid's going to scream.
so my friend Serena, she's got she had 4 kids, and one of the kids that she had was my age, and I was friends with them, and I'm friends with Serena. So with the kids, they used to play up when they were, and she said, went to the supermarket. If they're playing up, I'd literally say we'd turn around. If we're going out for the weekly shop, and one of them was creating, give them a warning. If they continue creating, stop everything, take them out of the trolley, leave the food, go home, and then have toast for dinner. And if they say, "Oh,
That
complain
one
about there's no
worked on
food,"
me. I
I say,
love toast.
yeah, but so the moment they created, they were given one warning.
Mm.
If they did it again, right, everyone out, and then literally the kids self-managed. But you just think it's the really
It's just so
bad. It's
disrespectful, isn't
really
it?
really bad parenting.
If you want kids, fill your boots, do what you want. It's not hard to do it, but it's hard to raise them. But it's so disrespectful just because you've become accustomed to the noise of a screaming kid. Like, what happened to the days where if a kid was acting up, the parent would take it outside,
Yes.
calm it down, and then bring it back in?
Yeah.
Your food and drink's still all going to
But
be on the
don't go,
table.
no,
but,
darling, no, don't do
oh,
that.
Stop the moving the pram
How's
on
it-
the phone. Oh, shut up. Mackenzie Phoenix Chi. Whatever your stupid name, kid.
Some minor character from Game of Thrones.
Saying that, my friend's brother, he's got a child, and they've named the child after a Game of Thrones character. It'll be
What,
about
John?
Yeah, John. Yeah. No, I think it's. I've never seen Game of Thrones.
No.
Is it Theon or something?
I don't know. I
know that's what the kid's called. so
Rob
it
watched
must be.
it religiously, but I sat through an episode and it was a bit too stabby for me.
I think I watched the first couple, and it was just nudity, and I am one hell of a prude. I just, keep it for a bedroom, private. It means a hell of a lot more. So there's just bits flopping about all the time, and it's like, it's not really a story, then, is it? Because there's loads of films I could watch where there's bits flopping about. I don't have to have a story behind it.
Yeah. Subscribe to the Gay and Straight OnlyFans account.
Where we do this naked.
Hugs. But I think it's bad parenting, and I think also
course it is.
on, as I say, kids creating, you take the kid out of the situation. Obviously, if you're on a plane, I think personally, the kids, when they have like sort of you have an express boarding, they should have express boarding for families with kids where they get on first and they're put at the back of the plane.
Mm.
So all the
Well, it's like when they
family,
used to have the smoking and non-smoking sections on planes.
Yeah.
You'd go through a door. There'd be like a
yeah,
little plastic divide. It should be like that, but soundproof. So all the people with a child
all kids,
and people who don't care and aren't bothered by the noise,
Yeah.
they can all sit in there. And
It's
then
just
we
like, if
need
you've not, say all the children, they are all anything with a child sits at the back of the plane. So and they're first on and last off, so they can get all their crap together.
Yeah.
Because it's just like they've got
So much stuff.
no, they've got that tablet and they've got this and that, and because if they're at the front of the plane and people want to get off, they're not thinking, right, we'll let people get off and then we'll do it. No, they just like clutter up.
Yeah, they do. They take everything.
so-
I've been in that situation several times, and it's the most frustrating. Because I've just got a bag. It's like I grab my bag and I'm off. And that's another thing. It's not just the kid making noise. On a plane, for some weird reason, parents go, "Oh, it's okay. We'll just let the tablet make a load of noise,
Yeah.
so you can hear." Pshing, pshing,
Yeah.
pshing, yeah.
So can you switch the sound off? I mean,
Turn it
again, that
off,
was
man.
when we had the pub. So if they want to play a tablet, it's fine, but sound off.
Yeah.
It was exactly the same with some of the locals. They used to watch. We had some which would watch some like diatribe run by some Russian bots that were trying to do something saying something political that aligned with their national their Farage like little pea brains. And I said,
Now,
no,
your political beliefs
sorry.
are right to you and the right to them.
And basically, I said, look, sound off.
Yeah.
That's fine. And there was one woman that came in and she set up a phone to do a video call.
No.
Literally a video call with a family member. And I said, look, can you switch it down? She switched it down a little bit, but then she was like, oh, I'm having to switch you down a bit. They don't like me having a conversation in the pub, even though it's social. So in the end, I just took she was underneath the speaker, which was on a low. So I literally turned the music up. And she looked at me, and I looked at her.
Stand there having a dance.
So you can go in the garden if you want.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate that as well, with people walking and talking really loudly on the phones and the phones on loudspeak. Like, what is that about? Like, what are you doing? I mean, I got confused when people first started having phones coming through it, calls coming through earphones. I just thought everyone was talking to themselves.
Oh, yeah.
But now they've gone the other way, and I'll just hold it here, even
And
if I'm not on a
everyone
video.
can hear what they're saying and see what they're doing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's fine, mate. Yeah. It's like, shut up.
Yeah, but I mean, the only consolation that I have with all these vile children with these stupid parents, that the stupid parents aren't going to teach these kids any values whatsoever. So they're probably going to do absolutely chronic at school and never leave home. And then they'll have to put up with their vile children sort of bringing home their wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and then having more children, all condensed in their little house.
See, just because Jeremy Kyle's not on TV anymore, it didn't mean his show wasn't needed. Because
that was the holding pen.
It was.
That really
holding
was.
pen for all these types of people. I just don't get it. Like, how can you walk? Like, my world, the most important thing in my world is respect. If I want respect, I'm going to go out of my way to earn it, because I don't ever expect to be given it. So one good way of getting respect is not doing egregious, annoying things that just frustrate nearly everybody else in humanity.
I think it's just basically being polite.
Yeah, just having some manners.
So give the kids manners and give them etiquette. But these parents don't know. These are probably the parents that are.
It's only the parents.
Are
kids are
having
kids.
a video call while the kid is ramming the scooter into wing mirrors along the pavement.
Oh, yeah, I've had a kid mess about near my car. I went nuts. Um, but it's so annoying because, like I say, a kid is going to be a kid. So even though they're the noisy bags of human that annoy me, it's the parents. It's just like, do your job. I think I've told you before, my old mate Jay, he used to be a comedian, and one of his jokes was, his daughter gave him a Happy Father's Day card and he just gave it straight to the tablet because that does all his parenting for him.
Uh,
And but it's like, why do people want kids and then they don't want to put any attention and effort in actually raising them properly? It's like, it makes a noise. Here's a tablet. Here's a
but I
phone.
think a lot of
Do
times
something.
now,
I'm tired.
grandparents,
Tough.
grandparents. When I was growing up, grandparents were very involved with the grandkids.
Mm.
But now the grandparents are like they're busy paying the bills or going on holiday themselves. They don't want to be. They'll go, oh
A
look, it's
jet
like me.
to
It's like me
holiday.
with my godkids. I said very clearly to the parents, look, I'm not really gonna. I'll be there and I'll do it as a politeness. But
But if you end up in a car crash and die, I'm not raising your kids.
no, well, I mean, they've come with a massive trust fund, so maybe that's what boarding schools are for. But
See, I find that nuts as well. Boarding school. What's the point in having kids if you're not going to see them for weeks at a
I
time?
really want to go to boarding school.
You wanted to go.
Okay, my mother threatened to send me to boarding school, and I literally went away. She thought, oh, I was going off sulking. I was literally the moment she said boarding school,
Packed your bags.
I'd packed a suitcase. I said, oh, when can I go? And it was just like.
Oh God! I mean, I've done fire risk assessments in boarding schools, and I've always been so confused at the. And one of them, I remember one of the stories. The guy, they had this kid from Japan, and he just wanted to go home. Broke into the offices where his card was, because obviously all the kids there were from minted families
Yeah.
where you've got too much money. Like the kid had basically got himself a taxi all the way to Manchester Airport and was trying to figure out how he could, underage, get a ticket to just fly back to Japan. And like by the time of him getting the card to get into the airport, which when they finally realised he was missing, all in all to finding him took about 16 hours, and he'd spent about £5,000, and that was just on random nonsense. It's like, but that nobody had picked it up, and the card allowed it, and I'm like, who's got all this money? And this was just like, oh yeah, this was just what normally happens on a Wednesday if a kid's upset. What sort of world do I come from compared to these
Well, at least
clowns? And these muppets go and run in the countries. That's why countries are on the backside. They don't know what one looks like. Absolutely drives me mad. But yeah, noisy kids.
Yeah, I think it's crap parents.
It is crap parents. It's
and-
like dog owners, mate. People get a dog because they want a cute little furry thing to pose in the pictures and look all nice. And I got a little kid. Whoa, it poos on the floor. What's that? It nibbles and bites.
Yeah,
What's that? I've got to train it. Oh, I didn't know it actually took work to do.
I'll
get rid of it.
I love dogs, but no, I wouldn't have one.
Love dogs. I'll always have dogs because I train them and they do good.
I've got a cat who's a bit feral.
Yeah, got one of them
but
as well.
she's independent.
Yeah,
She's a feisty.
She's like the daughter that moved out and comes back just to eat your food and
yeah. Honestly, but in fairness, when Evie is no longer with us anymore, we will not have any more pets.
No, is that it? You're done.
That's it.
I don't know. For me, pets make a house a home. I love coming home and the dog's there with a big stupid stuffed toy in his mouth, wagging his tail like, yeah, someone's come to play with me.
Yeah,
We go out for a ball throw.
I like other people's dogs, and I don't mind sort of looking after them for a brief period of time. But no. It's just I like my house to be in order, and some semblance of order. That's again with kids. It's just
Yeah,
At
I
least
just get
kids-
upset by the noise.
I do find it really weird as well. So when I was an estate agent, you went into people's houses, and you've got sort of they've got a 3-bedroom semi, and they've had a baby, and then suddenly the entire house looks like it's like
Yeah.
Toys R Us has exploded in it, and you're just thinking the kid
The
is
baby
still,
didn't do that.
no, it's the parents. I thought he needs to move somewhere else. And I remember I had this sort of had to have this tough conversation with this owner, and she really saw her ass with me. And I said, "You're gonna need to tidy up." And she said, "What? Why? Why did you see that?" And she was obviously sort of bit doolally after having a baby. And she said, "Well, I don't know why. What's wrong? Look
You
around."
want me to take pictures and get your house sold?
I
It looks
say,
like a dump.
and in the end, I took the pictures of of the house, and I sent it through to her husband. I said, "I've asked your wife to tidy up. I think I've upset her, and I do apologise about that. But for us to get the maximum price for your house, it needs to be
Presentable.
needs to be clean and presentable.
Mm.
I've taken these photos after your wife said she didn't need to do anything."
It's like you need that thing on Google where you can just
In the
draw
end,
around it and it deletes the parts
he
out the
brought
pictures.
her into the office to make her apologise.
What?
Yeah, because I sent him the pictures because
Yeah,
literally
but
the house. Because I said,
maybe that's why she acted a bit doolally. She's whipped.
no, because she was like, "No, the house is perfectly fine the way it is." And I said, "Look, it needs to be tidied down." I had a number of a declutter expert. I had storage units, a cleaning firm, because the kitchen looked like Rob had just finished cooking in it, and he uses every single pan,
Mm.
and everything's out on the counters. The bedroom it was just an unmade bed with mismatching pillows and tissues by the side of the bed. You know, like on the bedside tables, you know,
Mm.
like
Ah, right, okay.
and so like there was piles of that around. Bathroom was vile. Living room, toys everywhere, blankets, and sort of like ironing
I just think
piles.
it's nuts that he brought her in and she had to apologise. That is just
But I mean, the thing is,
horrific.
I asked her. So look, I think we can. So I can measure up. I can do the details, and I can arrange a time to come in to once it's all clean and tidy. And then she went off on me about that. So I said, fine. So I took pictures of it and I sent it through
So
to.
she came through to apologise for the way she blew a lid at you.
Yeah.
I thought she was apologising for having a dirty house.
No, well, but basically,
Ah,
her husband. I think her husband had was sort of, I don't know what had happened. He was living in it as well. But I think when I said, look, I said to your wife that we can arrange a cleaning firm to go in and that sort of thing. But your wife was very insistent that I should use these photos. I don't think we should be pressing go with the advertising with this the way it looks.
mm.
But your wife thinks otherwise. So let me know if you want me to press go. And he saw the photos, and then that following day,
Mm, right.
that she came in. They used all the firm. They decluttered it. I think she went to stay with a mum. And literally, I
Not
sold
surprised.
the house in 10 days.
Yeah. But was the kid noisy?
The kid was in a crib. It was like a
Fair
baby.
enough.
It was under one.
Yeah, I do get confused how parents of new babies that don't move anywhere end up with an absolute dump of a house. But I have always had a
I mean,
bit
'cause
of
you've only
a
got something which is like just a bit smaller than 2 foot, and
mm,
yet it comes with so many accessories.
so many. Yeah, when it's on its feet, your house just turns into one big playpen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
kids and noise, it's just disrespectful parents not caring about anybody else because they're busy and they've got they're sleep deprived. Well, you chose to have a kid, but I didn't choose to come out for breakfast and have it
yeah.
ruined because
So
you didn't
be
rein it in.
aware. So this may be the center of your world, but it's not the center of
Yeah,
mine.
it should be allowed, like I don't know, those little cheap water guns. You should be allowed to just walk over and shoot the parent with them or something, just to
Oh,
go wrong,
but in fairness, I mean,
doing something wrong.
when we had the pub, it was so that no one needed to leave the pub because someone else's kid was doing, because I was very super aware of that.
Yeah, it's
So if a kid
horrible.
was playing up, please, children needs to be
Yeah, well,
sat with
yesterday I went to Toast House,
Oh, Mitch and Mitch's place.
Mitch and Mitch's place, and I got myself a eggs Benedict, which I wasn't overly impressed with. I will admit the sauce was a bit weird,
Right.
so I should have just stuck to the main breakfast. It's only a tiny place. I don't know, 10, 12 seats or whatever
Yeah.
in there.
It's too hot for me.
Is it? Well,
Every
this,
time I
this
walk-
time of year is fine. But the table next to me was empty, and two mothers with two babies with two big push chairs came in, and I was like, I better eat up. And then once they were in, the whole place became about them.
Yeah.
It's like, have you got high chairs? Have you got high chairs? Where can I put my buggy? Where, it folds up, but where can I
Where you
put
can put your
it?
buggy. Costa Coffee.
Yeah. And that's what I felt like, and it was like, I had to get past her and her
Yeah, it's
kid
paraphernalia. It's
and a
just
friend and her kid, and they were so loud, and it was like
yeah.
the kids weren't, the parents were, and they're like, "Are you all right?" Whatever the kid's name is, and like, "Do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want to play with this? Do you need to? Have you got anything to colour in?" It's like
No.
it's
Say
like I've just spent money here.
yeah. Say sorry. When we had the pub, so we had there was an incident that happened on Boxing Day, um, and the pub was full. There were a couple of tables free, and this woman came in with a friend. They both had buggies with their husbands in tow, and I said, "Right." And there was an elderly couple that had like a Zimmer frame and sort of a walker,
Yeah, fair enough with
which were
those. Fair enough
which
with
were at the
those.
side, and so they wanted to put their buggies at the end of these tables, but it would block the way of access. And I said, "Look, sorry,
Nah.
you can't put the buggies there. You can put the buggies there, which was further away from the table. Oh, but the child's in there. But the buggies needs to go there. They can't go there because that's going to block the access. Well, you're not being very family friendly." And I said, "Well, say there are other people here, and say they have mobility issues, and you'll be blocking a passage." "Oh," and she went online and put a actually, they left. So, "Oh, we always go to the pub once a year." Right, okay. And she created a big storm on social media. She put a bad review on, and then I responded to the bad review and said, "Look, sorry that you didn't feel welcome, but I did point out 2 areas where you could have put the pushchairs." And then someone of the locals that was there was like put a thing and said, "I saw exactly what was said to you, and nothing was rude. It was very polite.
It just
Uh,
wasn't exactly
it
what
wasn't
you
what you
wanted.
wanted to do."
Yeah.
And then someone else commented on it and said, "Look, if you don't want children, then you should make it child free." So therefore, I put on social media,
All
say,
right
right,
then.
what we've been asked, we had an instance with regards to children, with regards to creating access things for other patrons and that sort of thing, and it's been put to us to put a general vote to the people that come to our pub. Would you prefer it to have no children under 12, no children under
I don't want anyone under
5,
26.
or no children full stop, or everyone welcome? We had 400 votes in 30 minutes, all saying no children. But and it was just like, oh
The
Christ.
public have
And then
spoken.
the Yummy Mummy Brigade became on board on putting posts on saying, well, you should have a bouncy castle, it'll make it family friendly, da 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 da. And then there was other people going, oh no, we say pubs are for adults, they serve alcohol. It's not like a community centre. In the end, I just took the post down.
Yeah.
I said, and I put something on the social media saying, "Look, so I've taken a post down because there's lots of vitriol from sort of
Yeah, this
the
isn't what
non.
it originally was
Let's say
about.
not this. So we'll keep the status quo and we'll monitor it." But the husband came in of the woman because he was with her and said, "I've spoken with her. She's taken that review down. We apologise. New mum reacted badly, and you didn't speak to her in any bad way because she just had that whole vitriol because it was just like, and it's just like, I get you're a proud mother and everything, but other people don't necessarily want to be around your
Yeah,
child.
and that's it. I'm not a child person. I always say, like my friend Craig, he said we would have been much closer
If I went to
and
a
saw each other a lot more if I could have tolerated children because he's had
if
three
you go to a
kids.
beer garden where there's a bouncy castle in it, you know there's going to be kids.
Yeah, you see it in
So
that pub when you drive
I choose
down.
not to go there. But if I go to a nice little cafe which is expensive, I don't expect to have a child screaming.
Nah, but that's what you get.
And in fairness, you just want to go to kiddie inaccessible places.
Yeah,
Um, so when I go out, it costs a lot of money to go out, and I'll go out and enjoy what I'm doing. But I don't go to kid free zones on purpose. Just because you've got a kid doesn't mean that you have the God given right to go to places which are mainly adult only.
mm,
If there isn't a sort of a ball pool or a kiddie thing, just make sure your children can act in a
Yeah, I mean,
certain
you
way.
know, I realize how long we're going on here about it, but what I did
Oh
a
gosh,
while
yes, we've
ago,
hit 30 minutes.
I
I
know,
do
sorry
apologize,
everyone,
dear listeners
but
or
I'll get this
watchers.
out and then we'll wrap it up. But a
Wrap
while
this
ago,
mother up.
I was yeah, I was looking to potentially go away, and in my filters, I'm there with adult only or adult only areas because I've been away and kids have ruined it
Yeah.
because of the noise, which again, not their fault, but where's the control of the parents to go,
Mm,
whoa, maybe everybody doesn't want to hear a human screaming. You know,
mm.
because if I started doing it, people would get concerned.
Yeah. So, but anyway, dear listeners, what do you think? Do let us know.
Yeah.
We're on all social media platforms at Gay and Straight Talk. I am Jonathan, signing off.
And I'm Paul signing off.
Bye bye.